Okay. Hello, everybody. It's Janet from Wimbledon, Southwest London, talking to all of you. And I'm here to talk about the benefit of fasting, and not just for weight loss, but for longevity as well. You already know what I do. I've told you that I've worked in the public and private sector, and I just talk about, anything that affects people. In fact, after this video, I'll be talking about the cost of living. I think is still going on, and the high price of rent, and basically also about the energy price discount. And according to the budget, I thought it was going to continue to June. It didn't. So, but I'm going to start now with the benefit of fasting. And I do. Do you know what? Forgive me, but I'm going to be changing hands because I don't have a stand here. Like I said, this is a very, very simple channel. I don't use any gadgets. I just use my iPad as a stand when I'm at home. But I'm in the park again today, and I'm kind of like, I just think that I'm kind of like, um, you know, doing the same thing I did the other day. I'm waiting to see a film. I missed the first film, so because I'm waiting to see a film, I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna talk to all of you right now. Okay, so what I'm trying to say right now is this: is that the thing about the benefit of fasting, a lot of people have been asking a lot of questions, and I do follow Mandy, I think it's Mindy or Wendy Pierce or something like that, and I have an intermittent fasting group. I don't do it for immediate weight loss. I like the idea that I'm being toned and so on. So basically, I'm gonna first tell you about the benefit of fasting, and then I'm gonna tell you about fasting made easy and the benefits. Okay, to me, the benefit of fasting is this: first of all, I'm gonna say socio-economic reasons, and also avoiding stress in certain areas, basically, and also convenience. If I need to rush out, okay, I don't need to rush and have my breakfast. I can just have my breakfast when I come back, even if it's 3 o'clock or something like that. So the thing is, people say, "Oh, I'm missing my pancake and eggs." It doesn't mean that you can't have your breakfast foods. It just doesn't have to be around breakfast time. For example, yesterday I was coming out here, well, not to this park, but somewhere around in this town. Okay, and right now I'm in Wimbledon right now. So, and basically what I decided to do is I had a little time. I did some chores. I took the garbage out. I didn't do that much of my exercise, and I just thought, you know what? Why don't I take the first thing I normally take, apart from my water and ACV and extra virgin oil in my mouth? I would normally do, what I would normally do. Normally, I would normally do I would normally do my Greek yogurt and whatever, and fruits and berries and all that. So I did that quickly so that when I come back, I can take my chicken and my salad, some pastry snacks, cup of tea, my soup, my other meal. I was very lucky to stir fry some vegetables like broccoli, greens, and so on. And I did my soup. I suppose I should have filmed it, but I was in a hurry, so I didn't really film it, because usually you stir fry the onion, and I didn't. The onion, the peppers, the chili, everything. I just bung everything in one pot, put a little bit of something that looked like lard, just very little coconut oil, because I didn't want the overpowering taste, some herbs, some stock, and things like that. And I just let the whole thing boil to death, and I left it on the pot, switched everything off, and I went out. There's a cat. Hey, everyone, there's a cat following me. You seen the cat? Okay, so that's good. Yeah, right. Sorry about that. Okay, so basically, that's what I did, and I was just glad that I did that. And I put everything. And when it finished boiling, I just switched it off, and I'd already had one part of my breakfast first, so I was able to go out, and I watched John Wicks, and I went to other places and all that. So I didn't need to buy anything, but I bought some snacks and I brought it home, because that's the way I do things. Like I said, sometimes I take my protein and some snacks and then popcorn to the cinema and all that. But the day before, when I went to the cinema, I didn't do any of this stuff. I bought their popcorn, and I barely buy their stuff because their popcorns are so expensive. But I just said, you give yourself a treat, because normally I'd have to eat protein and fat before I do that. But it was an experiment, because I wanted to do a bit of a too mad. So when I did it, I was trying to enjoy the new buses in London and all that, so I didn't even walk to the cinema. Most of the time I would walk to the cinema. So I came back, and when I came back I started eating and all the stuff I needed to eat and so on, and that was fine. But because the last time I ate was around 12 noon, so I would go to the cinema and all that, I didn't get back home until, yeah, I don't know, maybe like nearly 5. So basically 5 hours have passed. So don't think that, oh, you've been eating all the way from 2 to 10. You ate breakfast like 12 to 1, and you had to rush, and you even had a snack, tea, everything. And then when you went out, you didn't eat anything out there. So basically 4 or 5 hours have passed. So I started another set of eating when I came back. What I want to say is that you can do that. You can make it look like a 2 thing, or you can do like I've done today. This is the second bit of doing whereby I've come out without even water. At least yesterday I had water in the morning with ACV, but I decided to do an experiment whereby I would dry fast for half of the day. I only sort of like brush my teeth, put cold water in my mouth, and I just spat it out, and that's what I had done. And I wanted, and at first when I got to Wimbledon, and unlike yesterday when I kind of like unlike yesterday when I spoiled myself because I wanted to test the new buses in London. There's this new space buses in London, which is quite cool and so on. But I thought, no, I'm gonna just walk to this place, which is like 45 minutes or more. And I did it, and I hadn't had any water. So even though it's 18 Celsius, it's not really overpowering hot. So sometimes I do different experiment. Like since morning, I haven't had a drink of water or juice or anything, because sometimes fasting in the morning, I just really want to do a dry fasting up to 3 or 4 o'clock. You can do it up to 24 hours if you want, but from the second day you need to start drinking. Especially, I mean, on Tuesday I'm going to start like a 24 to 48 hour fast. I try to do that every 2 months, so I'm gonna start with Tuesday and see how things are gonna be a bit iffy for me on Wednesday, because I have to go and pick up my nephew. But I want to see if I can do Tuesday and Wednesday, and if I can do that, then I'll try and do Thursday, because I really want to make, and I think this is fast training week and so on. So I'm saying is that you can make it easy and you can do it this way, or you can come out as I've done today, because you're rushing out. I missed the first film, so I'm gonna go in for the next film anyway. Come out, hang out, go to the, I don't know, go to the park, do what you want to do, go and watch the cinema. So today I'm gonna go into the cinema with no food. And I think that's what I did yesterday. I did that yesterday, but I'd had my Greek yogurt and fruits and all that, but I've done that before. So I'm going to go to the cinema with no food. So I would either walk back home, or I may take a bus. And I may just give myself a treat. When I get back home today, I'm going to obviously, I don't know if I'm going to put the olive oil in my mouth. I'm going to start with a big cup of water and ACV. Because sorry, that's an ant calling me, because you can do that, you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to do like with a big cup of water, sea salt and ACV. Now this is another thing I want to tell all of you. You don't always have to look for pink Himalayan salt. In fact, I have heard that there may be some minerals in it that may not be good. It's better to go for what you know. Instead of going for table salt, go and just get ordinary sea salt. You can make this easy. So when I would probably take that and take the extra virgin olive oil. I would still take it in my salad and not, but I would take it here. I would start with my fruit and yogurt. Why do I do that? Because I was so glad when I listened to a podcast yesterday. I can't remember this man's name, but he does a podcast, and it's not Buyo, it's another man I've started listening to. I'll tell you his name next time. I was listening to a podcast, and he actually said Greek yogurts and fruits are actually the best thing to drink your food, because everybody always say bone broth, soup, whatever. I tell you what, if you've been fasting for half of the day or intermittent for, trust me, the last thing bone broth is liquid. I could take that. Usually I'd really like to take a large glass of water with ACV and salt and all that, or an herbal tea, but I'd rather have my herbal tea the last thing way after I've brushed my teeth, and I'm having it to calm me down and all that. Because even when I take herbal tea, I still can't take lemon, and even if I try to use coconut oil in my mouth or ginger, I try not to swallow, because I need to be careful that something isn't breaking the fast. What I do is I accidentally fast almost every day. If I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like eating, I don't do anything that would, So that's what you can do. You can just come out, watch your film, go to the gym, do what you want to do, just experiment with it, and then go back home and eat. In fact, the popcorn I bought in the supermarket was after the film. I took the popcorn home. You don't need to do that. I'm just saying you can still buy things in the supermarket, buy other snacks. I bought sausage rolls. Yes, I did. But I had my extra virgin olive oil after I've had my water, and then I had my Greek yogurt. My Greek yogurt, I took 1 or 2 spoons first because I have to mix it with either cow's milk or almond milk or any kind of milk so that it lasts a bit longer. And I put things like either my Weetabix, my flaxseed or chia seeds, my peanut powder, and my small oats. And I know people talk about oats. Actually, I do think that it depends on where they've been, where they've grown and things like that. And that's the way it is. And yeah, I've got things crawling in my hand. I'm sorry about that. It's just that I've got yeah, I've got stuff crawling over my hand. I'm wearing a bit of shorter sleeve today because the weather is a little bit better, and that's what I've been doing. And when I did that, obviously I would eat my snacks, that any in between snack that I should have had. For a very long time I hadn't had a chocolate cake, so I took a sausage roll, a little bit of a snack, and I may have a cup of tea because I've had my brunch, and my brunch is my appetizer, and that's my Greek yogurt and the fruits and berries and all those things like peanut powder, seeds and stuff like that. Then from there, I would take any pastry stuff that I felt that I should have had. I know people say, oh, you shouldn't. You're allowed to have like a little snack if you want to, even if it's a donut that I haven't had in a long time, or a piece of cake, or a sausage roll, or a cinnamon bun. I know people say, oh, that's not the greatest. But to tell you the truth, when you break your fast with something good, I believe that you're allowed to have some kind of stuff before you start on the main meal. But because I already had soup, I had a little bit of the soup. Then I had my chicken and salad, and I also have my nuts later on, and maybe I went back for another cookies. But the most important is I didn't feel guilty because I'm eating this snack sort of like after I've eaten my food or before the next set of food. Thereby my breakfast is my appetizer, and that's that. Then there was nuts, there was another tea before I finally took the herbal tea. Sometimes I don't remember to take the herbal tea, but at least I've had water and apple cider vinegar. If I want to do a 48-hour fast, maybe after the first day of dry fasting or the evening of the first day, I will start taking water and ACV. Now, I won't take lemon because I'm really not really sure that that's not going to do anything. The strange thing about all of this now is that a lot of people ought to realize now that lemon is no longer the green bee now of everything. Now, I would only take lemon water or lemon and hot water if I am sure. Do you know what? If I'm sure that I'm going to break my fast or eat breakfast immediately. If I'm not going to do that, I don't do that. So you can do all of those basically, and you can have like even after your fruit salad, you can have a boiled egg, leave the other boiled egg for the fruit salad. I had a bit of potato salad with my green salad and some chicken pieces as well. You would know what to eat. And I know some people say that it's 50 grams of carbs, 50, I don't really count. I may have 2-3 eggs that day, maybe 1 egg in my salad, 1 egg for my breakfast, 1 egg after my fruit salad. I don't know. And then the next day, I know that when I go home today, I'm definitely gonna have my fruit salad. I was using some of my bananas for banana bread, and I just felt I'm not really in the mood for that. I'm just gonna use my banana and the berries and flaxseed, chia seeds, potato powder, and just put it in my Greek yogurt and have more So basically, your fasting does not have to be a complicated stuff. You can just take it really easy. You can start from the beginning, start with 12 noon and 3 o'clock, 6. If you're at work, then you know what to take. I had this beef jerky yesterday. Unfortunately, I just ate everything. So you can have all this stuff. I mean, if you're vegetarian and you're not allergic to nuts, you can have some nuts. You can make your own sangria with avocado and so on. I mean, if I wish I had mackerel and avocado, I would have put that, but I didn't have that yesterday, so I didn't put that in my salad. But I had leftover chicken that I put in my salad and things like that. So it's really strange. I don't have, if I was visiting family, then I would know, oh, I'm going to dinner. But even if I was going to dinner, I would come back a bit earlier and eat my stuff first. I won't have to have any arguments with people to say, oh, why aren't you taking your fruit salad? Because this is not a dessert for me. This is like my appetizers and something like that. I don't want to have to explain that to people. The thing with all this is that in the past, every time I've eaten my food first, especially if it's had protein, I would be too, to take my fruit salad, which is rest, because I don't want my fruits rotting. I cut it in pieces. So that's what I've been talking about. Well, and for all of you who thought that the very first time I started fasting maybe was in the autumn, late autumn or winter, I wasn't serious. I took it serious in January. I don't really believe in calculating like, oh, I've been fasting this, I haven't lost weight. I don't do that. The first time I checked, I did lose weight, but since then I haven't checked. Like yesterday, I was eating pretty much when I came back. I was still until I ate the nuts and something else. That was it. But I pretty much ate the stuff that I mentioned, and I decided to go for an additional snack. So I didn't really feel bad. What I did do is this morning I did a bit of my weight. I did a bit of squats and a bit of deadlifts and dancing to some Zumba sounds, and that was it. I didn't have to do the type of chores I did yesterday, washing the foot mat for in the laundry, bringing it out, doing some sweeping, taking the bin out and things like that and so on. So I did some exercise, but the difference between today and yesterday is that I chose to come out today with no water, no nothing, and then when I go home, which will be, well, my frame is nearly 2, so by the time I get home in maybe 5, I would start eating. And that was the difference. Now people will say, well, how does it make a difference? Not really, because when I eat the Greek yogurt and this, I'm gonna eat the food one after the other, maybe with a 15-minute break. So it takes 5 minutes for everything to go. 5 hours for everything to go down. So my food will look like I've eaten one meal, and that's the way it is. So I'm gonna keep going, and tomorrow is Monday, but because it's a bank holiday Monday, like a May Day month, I decided not to do a 24-hour fast. I decided to do that from Tuesday. I'm trying to see if I can do that for Tuesday and Wednesday. So what I'm saying is that fasting can be easy. If you want to use bone broth or veggie broth, it's fine, but it doesn't have to be bone broth. Sometimes I just take a spoon of extra virgin oil, put it in my mouth. I like to line my body with fat and all that, then start with Greek yogurt and fruits and berries and other things. What I'm saying is that you don't really have to constantly calculate. I now know that the first day of your period to the 10th day of your period, fine, but from the 11th day after your period may not be a good idea. But even if you mix it up, sooner or later it would work out in a way. But I do know that fasting is very good for longevity. It's good for weight loss. It makes your mind clearer, especially if you do 3 days like every 2 months. Just take water and apple cider vinegar, but make sure you rinse out your mouth because of the acid and so on. And just do that. You can take green tea or peppermint tea, because apparently I heard that peppermint tea is good. It's up to you if you want to take just one coffee in the morning, one black coffee in the morning. I'm not a black coffee person. I just like to take my latte when I want to take my latte, but I have to take that when I've eaten, and that's that. So basically, I really usually just make it simple. It really doesn't matter how much eggs. You can grab eggs, you can grab beans, you can grab chicken. I don't really calculate how much I take and things like that. They said it's 50 of carbs, 50 grams of protein. I don't. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. But I don't weigh my food, and I just try to make sure that I have a mixture of everything. Protein, fats, what again? Protein, fats, veggie stuff, Mediterranean jello. That's fiber and a little bit of carbs. I do have healthy snacks, but I'm not gonna lie, I do have the odd piece of cake now and again. Sometimes I have donut, but not all the time. I don't do that all the time. I had a sausage roll yesterday, but I also had it in between my broccoli soup, my green salad and protein, and my beef and different stuff. I didn't just take one donut. I didn't even have donut. I didn't just take it on an empty stomach. So that is something that you need to think. If you're tempted to have a craving for donut, you can take it after your healthy meal, after your fats and your protein. Just don't do it all the time. and I wish you the best. I don't know if I'm gonna update you about this again, because this is the second update. So it's start with 12 to 3 o'clock, and try and eat everything all at once. Say that your fruit salad or your omelette, or you can be like your brunch, your appetizer. Half an hour later you can eat your snacks, and then your lunch and dinner can be together. So you're tricking your body to think you're eating one meal a day, instead of just waiting and just eating that steak immediately. You can start eating smaller things as well. And this is why the Japanese and Korean and most people from the far eastern countries, this is one of the reasons that most of them are really healthy. You can see they have like just individual plates of stuff. That's what they have. They have these individual plates of things, and that's what they have, and that's very good. If you can do that, and then like we're all enjoying ourselves, this is the bank holiday weekend and it's May Day on Monday. Soon we will have the Coronation Street party. I think I'll just stay home and watch it, or come to my town center, but I don't really feel like sitting down with strangers, no offense. But I do, yeah, I do, yeah, I am a royalist, and I'm excited about it. I'm still feeling pretty bad about the Queen's death anyway. So I just thought, look, it's a public holiday Monday, I'm going somewhere, and I just thought, I'm gonna see if I can do a 24-hour fast on Tuesday. So when you do all of this and you're comfortable and you've had a wonderful weekend, try and spend 24 hours once a week. Give your body a holiday once a week, every Monday or every Wednesday, or you can just shift it to when you bit by bit, and say once a week I'm going to do a 24-hour fast. I kid you not, if you do that, you will benefit something. You don't have to do 3-5 days. That can be every 2 months. If you do 3-5 days, your body basically is going to clean the cells inside your body. It's going to use the stored fat. Don't listen to people to say your muscles will be wasted. It's just temporarily. You can do your exercises. Just don't do too much when you're in the middle of an intense fast. You can do your weightlifting, do some dumbbell exercises. I think I'll talk about that some in another video, and you will see how you feel. That doesn't mean that you can go and just have 10 burgers. Now, you don't need to do that. Like, for example, I took that sausage roll and I took that, piece of donut, but it's not all the time I took it. I took it after I'd had my soup, my salad, my fats, my protein, and things like that. Okay, just try that. I've indulged all the weekend. Now, I don't drink. I just drink. I just don't, basically. It's not for any reason. I just decided really not to. I come from a Western family. I come from a European family. But we do have African heritage. So my parents were moderate drinkers, and the rest of us just never took it up. So the rest of us like light drinkers or something. Me, I just really don't bother about that. But if you're somebody that has the odd tipple here and there, and you've gone to a party and all that, think about it. On Monday or Tuesday, you can just have a 24-hour fast. It's really, really not that bad. It's not that difficult at all. It's really not that difficult. You can have a 24-hour fast, and it's not that bad. This is exactly what you could do. You could wake up in the morning. You don't have to do any washing up. You don't have to get breakfast ready or anything. I will start gently with you. You can start out with your water and ACV. That's apple cider vinegar and some sea salt, and just drink it. I kid you not, that will make you feel full. If you're not sure, you can do that to 12 o'clock. If you want to start dry fasting, I would advise you not to do it past 24 hours. You can do it up to the evening. Then you can start drinking water, and then green tea, peppermint tea, any herbal tea, as long as it doesn't have any flavors. In all honesty, don't put coconut oil, don't put lemon. Some people say, lemon is okay. I'm just not really sure about that lemon. Don't put lemon, because sooner or later you're going to break your fast. So before you break your fast, then you can use all the lemon you want to use in your water. You can try that, and then go back to starting taking breakfast when you feel hungry, like from 12 noon, from 2 o'clock, from stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know. Basically, I personally, I'm not married, so you may want to eat dinner with your husband in the evening. Then you can just eat the smaller things in the day, or just not eat until. Just what I'm saying is, just give your body a detox. It's the best detox you can do for your body. It's the best thing. You will be going on adrenaline. It will be working on the fat. It will be using your stored fat to work. And that's why people don't lose weight, because they go to the gym and we eat again. But when you give your body a break and when you fast, okay, your body works on the fat. It uses the fat as energy. It develops ketones from the liver, okay. And when you extend it, say once every 2 months, you do something like 3 days or 2 days, you get that clarity. Your cognitive energy becomes incredible, okay. It cleanses out, it eats up all the bad cells and all the bad proteins and things like that, probably preventing dementia as long as you don't have it already. Even people who already have cancer, if they're recovering chemotherapy and so on, fasting does help. It really does help. It helps with hot flushes. It helps with inflammation. Just so many things. You don't have to go overboard. You could just try 24 hours once a week. 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock to start my breakfast, just for now. And then every 2 months, try and do a 3-day and see how that feels. So to your success, take care. I think my film is going to start, so I'm going to head to the cinema now. So take care, everyone. Bye.